If this is on your For You page, this message could be meant for you. Getting the energy today of somebody who's having to leave like a lose-lose situation, they're saying. And it feels like this is something that is still weighing quite heavy on your heart here. It's interesting. I've been in a really solemn mood today, and I thought I'll cheer myself up. I'll come and do a reading for you. And now I am looking at a bit of a solemn reading. So maybe that's why the energy's been a bit down today. Yeah, it feels like something that's still kind of weighing heavy on your heart here. And you're kind of like having to accept the idea that love alone isn't enough, they're saying. This is you with the Fool here, though, standing on the edge of a new beginning. I don't know where I'm going. I'm scared shitless, but I'm going to do it anyway. And kind of, it feels like not walking away wanting hate. It feels like you're walking away wanting to be in your like peace and quiet era is the energy that's coming through. But I can feel the pain in the situation here, and even now it just feels very heavy, very heavy, almost like too much. But there's big feelings here, which is making this betrayal harder, they're saying. I feel like there's a part of you that just wants to, like, they're showing me like get back into bed, just wants to stay in the cozy and the familiar, and that they are suggesting that it doesn't feel like this familiar or the peace or the coziness lasts very long, and then you're ending up in a Ten of Swords situation again where you're having to take all the swords out your back. Like it's a tempting feeling. This feels like, as I say, a very long-term relationship is the vibe I'm getting here. And it's also the energy of how could you is really how this feels. How could you? I feel that there's been some really deep wounds that have been hit here for somebody, and it's almost the energy of like, I'm gonna hate you because you've done this to us, or I'm gonna hate you because you are the reason that this can no longer continue. Not as in you haven't done anything wrong, like obviously in a relationship everybody participates, but as in the reason why this just cannot continue is the energy that I'm getting. There's no peace, there's no trust, there's no anything to build upon at this point, you know. So that's the kind of, it's like an angry sad, do you know what I mean? That's the energy that this is giving here. But it doesn't mean you're not hurting, and you can say to as many people as you want that you're not hurting about a situation. I can see it. I can feel it. I don't know if it's that you're putting on like a brave face, or I can feel like an energy of somebody on the brink, like, you know, like if you feel emotional and you like well up a bit, it feels like that, but like all the time, you know. With the Five of Wands, I do feel that you're really desperately trying to find acceptance on the situation. There is just a knowing here that this is what I end up in every time. This is what I have to kind of break a habit on, like the reading yesterday, and try and find some peace of the situation, even though it feels very heavy to carry around for both parties, I feel. And they're feeling it too with the Ten of Swords. But this is also a lot of evidence of hurt, the Ten of Swords. It's a lot of things that have happened repeatedly, you know. That's what the Ten of Swords is. It's like reaching that kind of breaking point, and almost like the greatest kind of love is to let go, when all your love that you're trying to pour into someone just ends up hurting them each time, because it changes the dynamic, is what I'm feeling in the relationship. It could be that you're a lot more stable-minded out of a relationship than you are in, or it does something to this person. It's almost like you're like, well, the greatest act of love for myself and for people involved is to just walk away peacefully, quietly and respectfully. and take a leap in a different direction where maybe you're appreciated more, maybe the efforts you did put in would be acknowledged more than the energy that I'm feeling here. And walking away from someone doesn't mean the love wasn't real, you know, and they're trying to acknowledge that. It's like, if you're sad or you're angry, there's a reason you're sad or angry, because it meant something to you. You know, you can't have the yin without the yang, and you can't have felt something so deeply and then walk out of something scot-free. Scot-free. But love also can't survive where there is no peace, no trust, no anymore. You know, once something has broken your heart, it's very hard to pick those pieces back up again and re-enter as a peaceful union, because there's a lot of trust, I feel, that was broken in this kind of ending here. So they're saying it's okay to acknowledge how much you've cared for somebody. Let's get some advice in your situation for you right now. What is some advice for you? Page of Cups. Going a little bit deeper into your kind of psyche, your subconscious about this. Yeah, unable to heal, unable to let go of some grief, is kind of try and look at the situation a bit more jollily, is what they're saying. But I think it means like, look at the situation that you did have a beautiful connection, or you did have a moment in time with somebody that you will probably keep with you for a long time, you know, despite all the hurt, despite all the chaos or the betrayal that has happened. There is this little part of you that, obviously a little slither, that will take those memories into your day-to-day going forward, and looking at it a little bit more in that way. Some people don't ever get to have a relationship of that caliber, of that kind of depth, you know, and sometimes the deepest relationships do hurt the most, you know, but I think they also teach you the most lessons, you know. I got some new oracle cards today. They're called Heart's Hidden Secrets. So shall we have a little pull of those? I've been excited to use them with you. Let's have a little look. Oh, what is the overall energy at the moment around this situation? So you've got conflicted, cloudy judgment. Conflicted says decisions, hot and cold, multiple choices. That's what I mean. It's kind of like, I feel like all the messages this week of like being in the waiting zone, and, you know, it's almost like you are at a crossroads, and it's a very hard, again, maze to get out of. There's a lot of clinging, holding on, obsessing, spying. Feel like you both are still living in some sort of ulterior universe where you're not actually in the 3D, but are still heavily connected. Possibilities, free-spirited adventure and risks. Cloudy judgment, illusions, unbalanced, distorted. And I think that's what they're trying to say to you about looking at the situation in less of a distorted, dramatic, drastic lens. Like, yes, it is really, really painful, but the more you look at it for the beauty of what had occurred, and not, you know, taking one step at a time, they're saying, not looking so far ahead into the abyss of, you know, being alone, and just working on yourself day by day, taking those steps to get yourself out of heartbreak and healing, is the, like, time is the only healer, I feel, for me and for everybody in the situation, is what I'm feeling. It's that's how I feel when I'm looking at a situation for myself, you know. It takes everybody a long time to heal, so just be forgiving with yourself, be patient with yourself, and keep looking one step in front of the other, and you will get to that destination. Don't keep looking too far ahead, you know. But yes, I hope you're okay. I feel a little solemn. Follow me if you would like to bring your energy closer in for me when I do these future reads on here, and I will do another reading for you soon.